You know what? Let me talk about this real quick because one of my pet peeves, especially in the internet era, the social media era, is hyperbole. And and because of all the hyperbole, people love to take things to their illogical extreme. So Sony is putting more games on PC. First of all, a lot of us has told you so. Um Look, how many times we gotta say it? Making video games is extremely expensive. People, these PlayStation fans bragged about 100 million consoles, this and that. And even though these games, like, a successful game will sell like 10 million copies, right? 10 million of 100 million is only 10%. So 10% of their player base was buying these exclusives. Alright, cool. But now they see that Sony needs to make more money, so they're putting their games on other platforms, i.e. PC. And of course, these Sony sycophants who love exclusives, they love the idea of exclusives so much that they hate it on other games simply because they weren't exclusive. They hate it on Xbox because they put their games on PC. Are now facing the music of Sony copying Microsoft once again. Like they're gonna copy Microsoft with their own version of Game Pass as well. That's why games on PS Now you could download. I believe it's the PS4 games, right, that you can download on PS Now, because Game Pass you could download the game instead of streaming it. So they're just gonna copy Microsoft again with their own version of Game Pass. And they're copying them with putting their games on PC because they saw how successful it was. Yeah, selling millions and millions of copies on a console is great, but selling even to more people is even better. And you know what talks? Money talks. And these Sony lunatics who, they bash the fuck out of you. They tell you Xbox has no games for years. They're port begging for Bethesda games. Are now pissed that these games are going to PC. And let me tell you now, just accept it. Just accept it going forward. And not only should you accept it, understand, and I truly believe this, I don't think this generation ends without these PS5 games going day one to PC as well. Because they're just going to make more and more money when they go to PC. When Spider-Man goes to PC, when God of War goes to PC, when Ratchet and Clank goes to PC, there's just going to be more and more money in that Sony tank, and they're going to come to the same conclusion Microsoft did. What's the point of locking people to buying your console just to play these games and limit how much money you can make? It's not 1995 anymore. Gaming is more than just you buy my box to play my games. And as much as it hurts some people to say it, hey, you gotta come to modern times. Xbox has been proven to be successful, even with their games on PC. After all these podcasts and all these videos saying that Xbox was dead, this and that, when it happened. And look at Xbox now. Xbox is in a fantastic position. Not only are they, you see that they made the money. They purchased Bethesda for $7.5 billion, right? Something Sony can't do. They made that money back in 1 quarter. You see, the Xbox Series X and S are selling out like crazy, can't be found. These games are selling very well. You got games like Forza Horizon 4 that had millions of players. You had games like Gears 5 that had their Hydebusters DLC. You have games like State of K2 that's still being played and gets Xbox Series X enhancements. These Xbox games have legs. And the one and done Sony games where you just buy it one to play for 10 hours and never touch it again. That's how most people are not replaying Spider-Man or God of War over and over and over. They're just playing it once and that's it. Either shits on the shelves or they sell it back, or they sell it at GameStop if they didn't get it digitally. Alright, so Sony, they're like, alright, fuck it. Let's make as much money as possible. Throw these games on PC. And I remember PlayStation fans bragging about Horizon Zero Dawn selling well on PC. So they're going to flip-flop on that. That's guaranteed. Where once these games go to PlayStation, I believe Days Gone is going there first after Horizon and Death Stranding did last year. They're going to talk their shit, and they're going to come to the same conclusion Xbox fans did years ago. Your game being playable on PC doesn't affect your enjoyment, so accept it now. But until then, the hyperbole, like of some dumbasses comparing it to being compared to black people in 1939 and all this goofy shit, you just look so fucking stupid. You look fucking stupid when you keep saying this stuff. And really, the egg on your face is just hilarious. So I'm seeing the two camps. One camps are the flip-floppers who all of a sudden love this move. All Sony, Sony's going to beat Microsoft at their own game nonsense. And I'm also seeing the other side, the other extreme, and for some reason it's always extremes too. The other extreme of, oh fuck, the exclusives are gone, this and that. Hey, accept reality. It's 2021. This is gaming. Y'all could get out of gaming. If exclusives matter this much to you, go to Nintendo then, because they're the only ones who's keeping it to the same old, same old. And for all these people that's taking it too serious, well, here's a life lesson for you. All right, the Japanese don't give a damn. These companies, they're not your fucking friends. All right, you could be a fan of a company, you could be a fan of a product. Cool. There are people who love Apple. I love my Xbox. I have a massive collection. But have the self-awareness enough to know that you aren't being treated like a second-class citizen. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that. Do you know what being treated like a second-class citizen actually means? Of course not.